This is the Highly Sensitive Club, episode number 69. Have you been told you're too sensitive, too dramatic, or too much? Do you have big feelings and deep thoughts you don't always know what to do with? I'm Stephanie Linn, a certified life coach and highly sensitive person. I've helped dozens of highly sensitive clients feel more energized, more confident, and more in control of their high sensitivity. In these episodes, you'll get the information and inspiration to level up your life as a highly sensitive person too. Welcome to the Highly Sensitive Club. Hello, highly sensitive person, and welcome to this week's episode of the Highly Sensitive Club. This one is for all of you dreamers, all of you entrepreneurs and small business owners, and people who are taking risks and doing things that are scary to you and or the people who love you. I have had a lot of conversations lately with my clients who are starting or growing businesses about fears that are coming up from their loved ones, whether that's a partner, whether that's parents, whether friends are trying to intervene and give advice, but really what they're doing is dropping concerns on you. This is for all of you who are doing something that no one in your life has done before. You're trying something new and you're charting your own path. When you're trying something new and it's unfamiliar and you're already putting a lot of energy into it, the last thing you want to do is to carry something for someone else. And sometimes you have to be the one who carries the torch. I'm not saying you have to carry other people's emotions. You don't have to take responsibility for other people, but sometimes you have to go first and you have to lead the way, even though the people behind you feel like everything is total darkness and all you have is this one little flickering candle to move forward with. Sometimes that's all you need. You're still the one with the light. You are still the one with the vision. And even though other people don't understand where it's coming from, they can't see the vision. Even if other people are afraid because what you're doing is something that they don't have the courage to pursue, they don't want to tolerate the risk, that's okay. They don't have to. If you are growing a business, or if you are trying something new, if you are starting a new side gig or a new hobby, or you're even creating a new habit, sometimes when we change our relationship dynamics or we start a new health habit, it can be very scary for the people around us. They're thinking, are you still going to be the same person on the other side of this? Are we still going to be able to connect? Are we still going to be able to love each other? It can feel very scary when you start to make changes, and nothing is scarier than going into business for yourself. It does involve a lot of risk. And so I'm not saying that you need to hold everybody else's emotions. You don't need to smooth anything over for them. You don't need to feel their emotions. Even though you as a highly sensitive person can empathize and pick up other people's energy and other people's emotions, I'm not asking you to carry that for them. Their emotions are their responsibility, and you do not have to hold that for them. If other people are worried about you, if other people are afraid of the risks that you are taking or the situation that you have created in order to pursue your dreams, you are not responsible for their fears, and you are not responsible for making them feel better. I know that this is scary, highly sensitive person, because you're like, well, then what do I do? What you do is you hold the belief for both of you. That might sound like a nuance that doesn't make sense. I'm not feeling their emotions for them, but I have to hold the belief for both of us. Yes, because belief and emotions are two different things. Belief is energetic. Belief is the vision. Belief is the power and the energy and the motivation that you summon up for yourself to move towards your dreams and your purpose. It's not anyone else's responsibility to hold their belief for you to succeed. This is the tricky part where the boundaries come into place. Who has responsibility for what in this situation? Everybody has responsibility for their own emotional state. I know that can be scary, especially if you're the kind of person who usually smooths and makes things easy for other people. You have to let them feel uncomfortable. You have to let them have opinions about your choices and what you're doing in your life, even if it affects them directly and indirectly. You have to let them feel their own emotions, and you get the opportunity then to feel your own emotions. You get the opportunity to regulate your own nervous system. You get the opportunity to be with yourself and be present through the discomfort that you have willingly signed up for and chosen. Sometimes we act when we start new businesses like they're happening to us. this is so difficult. And why isn't this going the way I want it to go? And why can't this just be easier? Why can't I just follow a path like other people have? You can't, because nobody knows what your business is going to look like except for you. Nobody knows what your dream is going to look like except for you. So nobody can design it for you. Nobody can carry it for you. Unfortunately, that's the part of entrepreneurship and owning a business or starting your dream side gig that no one else can do for you. You have the ultimate freedom, but with that freedom comes the ultimate responsibility to carry it and hold it as well. When you are believing so strongly in your own vision, when you believe that you can get through any obstacle that comes your way, that you can gain new skills, you can learn and grow, you can expand your capacity to overcome problems so that they get easier over time, your belief will ripple out to other people. They don't have to believe in you. They don't have to get on board with your vision. But the more belief that you have, the more likely it is that other people will get on board with your decision, that they will jump on the bandwagon with you because your belief is strong enough for both of them. I want you to go back to the episode on belief, and I will put the link in the show notes so that you can go back and listen to it because it is a very powerful episode. I have to tell you, it's the missing piece for me and for all of my clients on why our actions were not actually working. You have to align it with your belief, and you have to get your energy and your emotions in line with the actions you want to take in order for them to make progress towards what you want. When you work on your belief, you practice possibility. You might not believe that you can make the income that you want to make right now. You might not believe that your clients are right around the corner. You might not believe that you're going to be able to replace your income if you had a full-time job yet. But you can believe in the possibility. You can believe that it's possible for you to do those things. You can believe that it's possible because other people have done those things. You can believe that you're on your way. You can believe that you're figuring it out. You can believe that you're learning. You can believe that you have all of the skills and the tools that you need and that you can learn and grow as you go. You can believe that this whole process involves messiness. This whole process is going to be uncomfortable. You are challenging yourself and building something from scratch that nobody has seen before and nobody is going to see again because it's yours and only yours. While we can be very pie in the sky about this vision and how wonderful it is that we can create the life that we want, we can create the business that we want, we can help people, we can serve them, we can heal them in this magical way with these special gifts that only we have, we frequently forget that that also comes with the discomfort. It comes with having to deal with your own emotions. It comes with doing unfamiliar things. It comes with doing it first and doing it without a guidebook. There's no textbook for how to grow your business. There are lots and lots of people who can help you. Oh my gosh, there's so many resources. You can go to any corner of the internet and somebody is going to give you some really great advice on how to grow your business. There's also a lot of not great advice on how to grow your business, but nobody's going to know which one it is for you unless you know it for yourself. You get to have the discernment. You get to grow the skills. You get to decide what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Your journey is going to be pulling together all these different things and deciding, this is what it looks like for me. This is how all of these things come together. This is how my experience and my wisdom and my training and my input from other people all comes together to create this thing that has never been created in the world before. When you can believe in your ability to do that, to combine all of these different pieces together, it doesn't bother you as much when somebody else has fear or concerns or worries about what you're trying to do. The only time that we get affected by other people's fears are when we actually have that fear and it's being reflected back to us. If we don't have that fear and somebody's like, what are you doing? You're going to drive off a cliff. And you're like, I'm nowhere near a cliff. What are you talking about? It doesn't bother you at all. You're like, why are you worried about me driving off of cliffs? There's no cliff here. You're getting upset over nothing. That's exactly how it feels when somebody's like, your business isn't working. Your business is going to fail. And you're like, what are you talking about? Of course my business is going to work. Of course my business isn't going to fail. Of course my business is going to be a success. I'm nowhere near failure. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm doing stuff all the time. I'm moving towards my vision all the time. What are you talking about? And then people, when you do that, think, oh, are you? Is it going okay? You plant that seed of doubt in their own fear. The doubt is in the concern. The doubt is in this disbelief that they have about your decisions and your life and how that's going to affect them. When you create that belief for yourself, it ripples out into other people. And as I mentioned in the podcast episode about belief, the more you believe, the more you expand your capacity to believe, and the easier it is to believe in other people. I don't have a limit on my belief. I have enough belief for all of my clients. I have enough belief for my mentees because I spend so much time working on my own belief in myself and the people around me. I believe that every single person I encounter is their own hero. Do I have an instinct as a highly sensitive person to rescue or fix or jump in and try and do something for them? Yes, I do. Do I follow that instinct to rescue them or be a superhero? Most of the time, no. And when I do, I catch myself and I walk it back and I remind myself that this is just a hero on their journey. Who am I to disrupt someone else's journey? Because some of the things that have made me who I am were some of the most challenging, difficult things I've ever had to face. If someone had taken away that opportunity from me, I wouldn't be the resilient, resourceful, capable person that I am right now. You wouldn't be the resourceful, capable, resilient person that you have become at this point because of the challenges that you've overcome, because of the journey that you've faced. Imagine if somebody tried to save you from your life and you didn't have those experiences. They're what shape you into who you are. So, even though people will try to save you from your business all the time, even though people will disagree, even though they will bring their own opinions, their own fears, their own beliefs, and they will pile them on top of you because they think that they are helping you, you can gently gather all those things energetically and give them back to the other person. You don't have to carry their concerns. You don't have to carry their fears because you can believe in yourself so strongly and you can believe in the possibility that you can do anything that you want to do, that the business of your dreams is possible for you, that your dreams to travel around the world, to design a life with a lot more ease, with a lot more clarity, with the money that you want, with the relationships that you want, with the health that you want. You can believe in that vision so strongly that you can have enough belief left over for other people. I want to reiterate this for you, that belief does not come from other people and resonate into us. The belief starts in us. Belief is an internal game, and your belief ripples out into the world and creates your external circumstances. So whatever you believe is what you're going to see around you. If you believe that you can't make good money, if you believe that you can't have a successful business, if you believe that you can't chase your dreams of traveling the world or losing 20 pounds, you're going to create that. You're going to have the reality that matches your beliefs. If you believe that you can get through hard things, if you believe that you're a smart person who can figure stuff out, if you believe that you can get through messiness and discomfort and try things that are not going to work in service of figuring out what does work, then that belief is going to ripple out and you are going to see those results. It is no one else's responsibility to believe in you for yourself and for your dreams. It is your responsibility and your freedom to believe in it for yourself. Here's the thing, my dear highly sensitive person. When you believe in yourself, you feel absolutely unstoppable. There is nothing that can hold you back from getting the thing that you want. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take. It doesn't matter what you are going to have to face. You are willing to overcome those obstacles in order to get the thing that you want. You're choosing the consequences and the hard things that you are willing to face in order to get the thing that you want. What are the problems that you're willing to face? What are the emotions that you're willing to feel? What is the capacity and the skills that you are willing to grow in order to get to that wonderful thing that you want to have? I mentioned in a previous podcast episode that recently it kind of smacked me in my face that my dreams have come true. I am living my ideal day. I'm having fantastic conversations with my coaching clients. I'm teaching my students in my coaching training school how to become better coaches. I am having the best conversations of my entire life that I have been dreaming about for 10 years. They're happening on a day-to-day basis, and I'm just welcoming in more of them. Yes, please. Yes, thank you. Yes, more of this. I got to this point because I built it, because I took steps from the past. I created the results that I'm seeing in my life right now because I had just that seed of possibility. I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I could be a life coach? It'd be really nice if I could help highly sensitive people. Wouldn't it be nice if I could lose some weight? Wouldn't it be nice if I could have deeply connecting conversations and connections with people who light up my life? Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't it be amazing If I could stop being codependent, if I could have better boundaries, and if my relationships could be mutual and other people could be as interested and invested in me as I am in them, wouldn't that be amazing? Lo and behold, it is amazing. It's possible. And that's what my life looks like right now. Wouldn't it be amazing to have money in the bank so that I know that the next month is covered? Done. It is possible. So I want you to come back to this for yourself, highly sensitive person, as you're growing and nurturing this beautiful dream that you are creating and bringing into the world. What are you not believing? Where are you feeling stuck? Where are you not aligning your energy with your goals and your vision so that when other people have fears and concerns, you're falling prey to those things? You're believing their concerns because you haven't worked on your own belief first. When you work on your own belief, and you can do this at any time, that's when it ripples outwards. That's the counterintuitive part. You actually help other people feel more comfortable because you're creating your own comfort. You're creating your own belief. You're creating your own momentum. You're creating your own energy. When you do that, other people can then feel safe to create it for themselves because they trust you. Because you've created the belief, they can believe in it too. And that's the counterintuitive piece. You think that if you feel the other person's emotions and if you spend all of your time and energy trying to make them feel better, that you will change your environment, the other person will be calmer, and therefore you can be calm. The unfortunate part about this highly sensitive person is that in trying to regulate someone else, you dysregulate yourself. You prioritize someone else's emotions, you ignore your own, and then you have all of this time trying to pick up emotional pieces that you've been ignoring or that you put aside to try to make someone else feel better. This is when you're trying to control someone else's emotions instead of coming up with your own belief. When you have your own belief and it ripples out to other people, they will naturally feel calmer. They will start to see the results that you're creating, and they will see the evidence that will help them feel safer, that will help them feel calmer. You think you need to put all of this time and energy into smoothing other people, but it's really putting time and energy into yourself that creates those lasting results for other people. Because no matter how much energy you put into trying to make someone else feel calm or peaceful or trust you or believe in your vision, you can't force them to feel a certain way. You don't have any control over how someone else feels. You can influence them. You can try to persuade them. You can support them, but you can't control how they feel and you can't change their minds. However, when you change yourself, it naturally flows outward and you naturally create the space for other people to change their own minds. That's how you create control. You control your own beliefs. You control your own emotions. You control your own experience so that you create the energy that you want to see from other people. It comes from you first. When you create that energy, then other people get it from you. You don't have to change the situation. You don't have to change other people's emotions to feel the way that you want to feel and to believe in yourself. You create that energy for yourself, and then other people get on board. It can feel unfamiliar. It can feel uncomfortable not to take responsibility for other people's emotions and to believe so much in your own vision and in your own goals that you're willing to do them even in the face of other people's fears and resistance. It is difficult. It is uncomfortable. It is hard, but it gets easier. It's a skill that you can build. This isn't something that some people have and some people don't. I can tell you, as a highly sensitive person who was constantly dysregulated, had very unhealthy habits and very unhealthy mindset, if I can get to this place where I have fantastic boundaries that people comment on, my energy is light, people enjoy being around me when they ask me how I'm doing, despite everything that's going on in the world, so can you. I say, I'm great because I have control over my own experience of the world. I can take actions that make me feel good, and I'm working towards goals that make me feel good. I have total control over that. This is absolutely possible for you. If I, who had no boundaries, who didn't even know what I wanted and what my preferences were, you can do it too. I was a chronic people pleaser, constantly picking up other people's emotions, and now I don't have to please anybody. I naturally go into spaces where I connect with people from an authentic place. If I couldn't figure out what I wanted, and now I know exactly what I want and what my preferences are, and I learn more every day, you can do it too. I had none of these skills 10 years ago. I was a mess. I was in therapy. Now I have all of these skills. I teach them to my clients. They're using them. They're getting results. I love hearing from my clients that they're like, for the first time, I actually missed my partner and I was really excited to see them. Or for the first time, we actually laughed when we had a hard conversation. For the first time, I got outside and I wasn't judging myself for not getting out earlier. For the first time, I learned a skill and I used that tool that we were talking about and it felt really good. And I felt satisfied at the end of the day. For the first time, I had that conversation and it suddenly clicked what we were talking about the thoughts and the mindset. If we can do that, so can you, highly sensitive person. Focus on what's possible. Focus on what you're figuring out. Focus on what you're learning. Focus on the facts of the situation and not on opinions that are not useful and that do not serve you. That is how you build your belief. That's how you create the results that you want to create. And that's how you end up making everybody feel more comfortable, including yourself. You start with you and it ripples outwards, highly sensitive person. If you too would like help growing your business, growing your dreams, doing whatever your goal is, I would love to help you just like I'm helping my other highly sensitive clients who are growing their businesses and chasing their big dreams. Go to stephanielinn.com, that's Linn, and book a call. Buttons are everywhere. I would love to have this conversation with you to help you figure out what is getting in the way. Where are you taking responsibility for things that are not yours? And where are you not believing the things that you really want to believe so that other people's emotions don't affect you and they don't rattle or shake your belief in yourself? How can you tap into that belief? And I will hold it for you. I have more than enough belief. I can totally see your vision for you and I can hold it with you. Come and have this conversation with me. It is going to be a very valuable use of your time, and we can figure out what your next steps are, whether that's working with me or whether you want to do something else. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I would love to know if this resonated with you, so leave a comment below or go to stephanielinn.com and hit my contact form. I would love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Leave a review. I want more highly sensitive people to find this because we need highly sensitive people in the world who are regulating our own nervous systems, who are calming ourselves down, who are believing in ourselves so that it can ripple out and we can change the world from the inside out. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.
Thanks for listening. If you're ready to take what you learned today to the next level, head over to stephanielinn, that's Linn.com, and book a consultation call to get started. I can't wait to see you there, my dear HSP.